An update on the Compost Beast 1, some 6 months after first making it. You can see from this angle how much it's condensed, and it's been sitting here and surprisingly got about 30 mils of rain on it last week, and surprisingly it's quite dry. I've just been turning the end over, so quite dry on the edges and moister in the middle. I'll continue to turn it over, and then I've finally got some compost worms, so we'll introduce those tonight. It's summer here. We might get some rain over the next 2 days, which will help it sort of reheat, I hope, reignite, but not too hot, so that the compost worms cook and they can work their way in from, basically I'll leave this end. This is the western end, so we'll introduce them here first, so they probably naturally want to go to the cooler east side, and hopefully they'll make short work of it and give me some worm castings. So that's an update on Compost Beast 1 here in sunny, almost warm southern Australia. Otherwise, mainly a lot of straw. The materials on top was very dry, and these bales where I hadn't separated the lucerne very much are just moulding but not really broken down. So this is what the middle is starting to look like. The lucerne bales probably needed to be broken down a bit more. There are some worms who've found their way in already, but otherwise it's quite dry. Okay, I'm working my way to the end on the west now, so the pile is increased in height. I'll show you from the same angle. So I've doubled the height of the pile by turning it, but it's slightly shorter than it was before, of course. This more composted material in the middle, and I'd put a big thick layer of tree mulch from our council on the bottom, and surprisingly it really hasn't broken down at all on this western end. It's still quite dry, pretty much the same state. Here is my compost worms, bought from a well-known hardware store. Unfortunately, my sort of leads to borrow someone else's compost worms didn't work out, so I've had to buy them. This pack costs $50, so it's quite an investment. Hopefully they won't get picked off by the birds too much. So I'm going to unbox this and then shove them in this end, quite deep, so they can start chewing and pooing their way through it. So I worked out how to take the lid off, and here they are in a plastic bag. Amazing that you can buy these sitting on a shelf of a hardware store. So you can see some there on the surface. And they're already in a sort of composty worm casting starter, so that's good. That'll inoculate my own pile. So here I go. I'm going to shove them in with handfuls in different spots. So just a tip, of course they're all going to be down the bottom of the bag, so probably a good idea to invert it and then not just be putting soil into your pile. As the evening wind comes up, we're on water restrictions here, so I can only use this sprinkler after 6 p.m. I've given it a blanket of another bale of sugarcane mulch, so another $20. Used the cardboard from the worm box to give the worm end a bit of shelter from the western sun and also protection from the birds, who I'm sure would love to just peck away at them. And so hopefully that'll stay on. So I'm just giving it a final hose down. Pretty much that's the beast number 1 renovation done, and we'll see how it heats up over the next day. Summer here about 28 degrees, but we're getting rain, so it's been about 20 degrees Celsius, so it shouldn't heat up too much for the worms to start chomping their way through. Bye.